This episode is brought to you by Kai Vi. Kava infused, naturally sourced, non-GMO. In a stressed out world full of uppers and stimulants, Kai Vi proves that more energy isn't always the answer. Drink Kai Vi. This podcast is also brought to you by Aloha Jewels by Rose. Ocean-inspired, authentic, gorgeous gemstone jewelry, handmade. Rose is a computer scientist turned jewelry designer. At Aloha Jewels, you will find personalized jewelry made with the best quality materials and best craftsmanship. This podcast is also brought to you by Dackle, not your average island clothing store. DackleShop.com. Check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SupaflySua podcast with your boy SupaflySua.
And your boy Two for Tossing. You ready to get this podcast banging.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to you with a very special guest this evening. Very special guest. She's got a new album out. This is 10. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and check that out. You can Google it, YouTube it, Instagram it, Snapchat it. This is 10. She is the owner, founder, CEO, 10 by 10 clothing. You don't know? Go find out. This is 10 is featured with her sister Red, Sione Toki, Spawn Breezy, and Ado. Ado got that fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest, the talented, the iconic, the legend, Tenelle in the building.
Guys,
Welcome.
thank you.
First off, Tenelle, I want to say thank you very much
Thanks
for
for having
everything you've done for the culture. Everything you've done for the community.
Yes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Tenelle is in the business of making music. If you don't know, now you know. Tenelle is in the business of making love through the
That's for sure. Music.
waves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's a very male dominant industry.
Yes,
and
it
she's
is.
been consistent over the years.
For so long, too.
You're so observant. I love it.
Oh,
so long.
no,
It's just been crazy. We've just been the biggest fans.
Yeah,
Ever since in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Shout out
You
to
know
my
how- you
wife.
have no
She
idea.
listens to No Can when she work
Thank
out.
you, sis. Waiting for your TikTok video.
I don't work out, so I don't have to listen. But yeah, she loves it. And so what we got here is an ice cream, No Can, Island King, our personal favorite, Knight in Shining Armor. If you don't know, go find out.
Yes, please.
TenelleMusic.com. TenelleMusic.com is that simple.
That's
You
so
go online, you can download the album, you can go check out what she's up to, doing what she's doing. Tenelle, thank you again.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Your impact, your contribution, your distribution,
That part.
everything you've done for the Pacific Island community. And
Thank you.
this podcast was brought up because there's a particular person we wanted to know a
For the
particular
longest.
question, you know. So we're like, oh, well, how come no one asked? I was like, well, why don't we go ask? You know. So we went, we got out of the garage, we set all this up,
Got
so
out
we
of the
can ask
garage.
our people.
Yes.
Speak our mind.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Some
Yeah.
questions that we don't know about. Wikipedia is slow on us.
Yeah. I mean, you said got out of the garage. That's a perfect way. I started in the garage too, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's take it back.
G-Raj
Take it
music,
back.
you know what I'm
Take it
saying?
back.
Take it back to
G-Raj
Carson,
music, let's go.
California.
Carson,
you know?
California, ladies and
Everything
gentlemen.
goes to Cali. Let's go.
Yeah, GEE'. That's
Hey.
the G-Raj, you know. So,
Take us back to when you first started. How was that?
Man, it was beautiful. I started with Cord Brown, and G-Raj music with Uncle Trent and Baby Down and Cartoon. But then I started with Cord Brown. Remember Cord Brown?
Yeah.
Cool
Correct.
Lena Days and stuff like that. Yeah, so I started singing backgrounds for them
shit.
back in the day, right when I graduated high school. So I thought that I was gonna get a full-ride scholarship playing softball, but that didn't happen, and
All
then
of
music
us.
happened, you know. And
Yeah.
so I ended up kind of funneling my emotions with the reality of growing up in LA and the reality of like my family, you know, and the struggles of gang life and stuff. And my outlet was writing and writing poetry actually with one of my cousins, Christy, in a garage, you know. So it all stems from the garage, you know. And if it's not the backyard or the front porch, it's the garage for our culture, you know. And so
exactly.
if we either make the garage a room or it's a bar. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
from the trenches.
I don't have a bed. I sleep on the garage floor.
It's serious. It's real though.
It's
but
real. It's real.
I started with Cord Brown, and our studio was in the garage. It's so crazy that a lot stems from the garage. But started with them. That's where I met JR, Sasuele Malinga, which is JR, lead singer of Common Kings.
Right.
Shout out to them. And then I started in Cord Brown, they never let me be a lead singer though.
Oh, I see.
I used to be so pissed off though. I was like, damn,
were
I'm
just-
ready.
Yeah,
but
like,
Cord
let
Brown,
me out.
let me out. Like I could do it. I could sing too, you know. But at that time, as Cord Brown was formed by my 3 uncles, which is Tim, Lloyd, and Robert. And those are my dad's first cousins. Robert and Lloyd went.
Okay.
And they formed Cord Brown, which was like, Vika and Leilani Jaster, Joey Kinga, who now it does Island Block Radio. Joey Kinga was actually
Island
a singer.
Block, yep.
So I used to sing backgrounds for them. Me and GR.
Damn,
So then there was like a female group and a guy group. And that was like my first time like touring and stuff. But I got close with everybody.
Yeah.
And then I guess a couple years later, I kind of went back to school and back to work, trying to figure my life out. And then I ended up singing backgrounds for Common Kings.
Nice.
And then that's when I really
Popped off.
popped
Wow.
off. Yeah.
Right on.
But I had already been writing prior to then, as far as
Exactly.
like, just writing my thoughts and
That's good.
my feelings and
That's
stuff.
good.
And that's what I did Bulletproof. And
Bulletproof,
brand new, those songs that were really close to me with my good friend Chaz, which was my producer for the Lovers album as well.
Gotcha. I want to go into Bulletproof real quick.
Yeah.
Where were you in life on Bulletproof? Because that was a
heavy one.
a heavy one. I was
Yeah.
like,
You went
what?
deep.
Yeah,
So yeah, where were you in
this is
life?
my first reggae song, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, so that one in life my first cousin he got shot and he's paralyzed to this day. His name is Justin, but we all my whole family was going through a lot of stuff. I mean, my family's still going through
the struggle.
a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, and so
Exactly.
he got shot, paralyzed, and so for us, I was like, we kind of learned more about ourselves than we knew because of that struggle and like
It just shows
the reality of a doctor telling you like, he's never gonna walk again, and so it actually led us to God, led us to want to know like why, why does this have to happen to us, and so that's how Bulletproof came. It was me watching my little brother Omai, and his name is Omai Fatasi, which is bring together. So everything means something, And so
good job, Mom.
good job, Dad. But watching him play Modern Warfare 3, and me and Bo Napoleon, which were both from Carson, we used to write a lot together, and we just started to sing, and we vibe well together. And we just came up with Bulletproof. Like literally, we started thinking about like everything that dealt with guns and warfare. But me, in my mindset, in my journey with learning who I am and my purpose comes from God. So I was like, okay, let me talk about the armor that God that I'm trying to wear on me. Like I'm trying. I'm not perfect. We all ain't perfect, but So that's pretty much how Bulletproof.
Is that what kept you motivated? Like keep going?
Yes, it still does though. Like it still does with all the chaos in this world and in our families.
2020 has just been crazy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, 2020 is crazy, but my whole life has been like 2020.
It's been like this,
My whole life is crazy.
My whole
You know
life.
what I'm saying?
2020.
My whole life is 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of 2020, if you guys don't know, Tenelle is a Fakasi.
Yes.
So how is that growing up in Carson? See, I'm a still Nesian built. Shout out to Nesian built. Their line, we're just built different, right?
That's
so
true.
not only are you African American, you're half. So you half Pacific Islanders, half African American. So how is that growing up? And in all places, Carson.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah, in
How's
Carson,
that
California.
growing up?
Carson, California is like a melting pot of like Polynesians. So, everybody from Hawaii comes to either Vegas or Carson, California. It's like those are the two cities that most of our families come to, or Alaska. You know what I mean? Shout out to Alaska. You know what I mean? But or Utah. We got our corners. That we go to, but a lot of them. Like my family came from Samoa straight to Carson. Like my family was one of the first families next to the Forcia family that came to Carson, you know. And
wow.
Right on.
Man, like being Samoan and Black and growing up in Carson.
Are you first generation American?
I am third.
Third generation?
Third.
Like you were born, you were the third generation born here in America?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry, second.
Second.
Yeah, second. My dad is the first.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
my dad is first. Yeah. So yeah, my dad is the first. So he had it crazy.
Yeah.
In that, you know, my papa and them came straight from Samoa. You know, from Samoa to Hawaii to the Bay, then here. You know.
And a lot of people didn't know what
a Samoan was.
Polynesian or
Yeah,
Samoan was.
yeah, definitely.
They either called us like Hispanic,
Samoa.
Yeah.
or we were just like some type of
or Black.
Yeah,
Black.
Yeah, honestly, like, you know, because Samoans got hair too. I got the best of both worlds.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Woo!
But growing
Don't let
up
no water
in
hit
school
this.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like school and stuff, like being Samoan and Black. See, my mom is like very what would you say? I don't want to say like sedity, but like very proper. So, you know, like sit up straight, like mannerisms. You know, when you look at somebody, you shake them and you shake their hands, and you look them in their eye. You grab their hands, you feel them. You know, through their eyes. You know, you can tell a lot about a person by the way that they stare, or the way that they look at you. That's how you engage with somebody. You know, speak up when someone talks to you. So a lot of my manners, I still get corrected with my grammar till this day.
Nice.
You know,
Good.
So that's my mom. So my Black upbringing. My granny's a teacher. You know, she came from Shreveport, Louisiana to Mississippi to Texas, and then made her own way to Carson, California. You know,
Nice.
and so then she went to Cal State Dominguez Hills. You know, my granny has an amazing story as well as a Black woman. You know, my Madia, you know, we call
shout out grandma.
It's Madia is not just a movie. It's actually what we call our great grandmothers. You know, and so my Madia, she definitely was a very strong influence in our family as well, with God and with hard work, you know. And so my granny coming over and teaching my mom the traits, and having a very strict upbringing. My mom was very strict on us. Then you know, with my dad, you know, even in those days when my mom and dad got together, you know, all the Black guys at Carson High School was like, why are you with a Samoan? And all the Samoan girls at Carson High School was like, why are you with a Black girl? And then little did they know that there was to create this girl. You know,
Romeo and Juliet.
Let's go. No, but I am definitely a perfect balance of my mother and my father, you know. And so, I mean, growing up, for me, it wasn't like that crazy, like with the whole, like with everything that's going on right now as far as like Black Lives Matter and us being colored, people of color, you know. But for like my brother, you know, my baby brother is like 6'8", and so Antonio, like, you know, he has that stature. So the ways that, you know, my cousins growing up, it's like we were always scared, you know. They did always get treated differently in the streets, and so they did have to walk outside with their head high and their chest up, you know, just in case, you know.
And always trying to watch their back.
Yeah, and then like, you know, in LA, you know, you just never know. Like people don't fight like in Hawaii. They shoot, you know.
Right, exactly.
Mexican stab, you know, everybody else shoot. You know what I'm saying? And so like it's just the realities of growing up in LA, because you know I represent like Hawthorne, Inglewood, Gardena, California. That Gardena is where I majority grew up. My family is from Carson, and then I grew up in Carson, you know, Long Beach, you know. So the whole like South Bay area is what I represent.
The hometown.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And you coming in with 7, you guys, right?
Yeah.
Man,
7.
Yeah.
And you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
How was that growing up? So, how do I say this? So with your music, how could you? And I'm sure family's been supportive and, you know, motivating you, but how is your music and your family, you know, intertwined?
Man, I know that I sing about a lot about love, right? And so I know love because of how God loves us and forgives us. And so I see love through my dad's eyes, like a lot. Like my dad's like such a he just forgets. He'll be mad as hell 1 minute, and then the next minute he'll be like, I forgive you. It's all right. You know what I mean? And so that is the Psalm 1 trait that I have, like totally, is that giving heart, that loving, that, and I'm the oldest. I was created to be the oldest, and it is what it is. So I didn't get dealt the cards that some of my siblings got, which is amazing, right? But I did get dealt cards, you know, and it could have been worse. So
true.
I think that, I mean, yeah.
So you come from like a religious background? I noticed,
you know,
big time, man.
Yeah. I mean, my family grew up Catholic, St. Philomena in Carson. But honestly, I didn't really pursue God until I knew, like, I wanted to know my own purpose.
Yeah, everyone has their own time.
Yeah, and so and no, we didn't grow up in church. Not like our family didn't really grow up in church. We went to church like with my mom. But I would see my mom, like, it was like her trying to find peace, you know, at that time. So I found it through struggle, you know, and I think a lot of us find God through struggle, you know. But I definitely fell on my knees and my face and knew what that meant when my cousin got shot. And that's when I, like, totally gave my life to God at 21. And I just literally was like, you know, I just got to go all in, because I just need to figure out why did this happen to him, you know? So at 21 years old, you know, people start drinking alcohol, you know? I stopped drinking alcohol at 21, you know? And so, a big scar. Yeah, our life was kind of, it moved fast. You know? It moves fast still, but it moved fast in a different sense then.
Right. What do you think your turning point was to from going from background singer, I'm just, you know, here, to, like, I'm Tenelle?
Yeah,
what do you think was that turning point, that moment in life where you're like, this is it? Yeah, man, I don't know. I would say, like, when I joined Common Kings. And then when Cord Brown kind of fell apart, really, I would see how much faith I had, and I was still ready. Boom. So it's like I just kind of stayed ready, so I didn't have to get ready, just for when the opportunity presented itself to me, you know. Right. And I had friends that, you know, I mean, I have my dad to thank for a lot, you know. He really believes in me.
Shout out Pops.
Yeah, like, Pops, really, he really truly believed in me, where it's like, okay, well, if you sucked, go get a 9-to-5, because this ain't for you, you know. But he's like, no, this is for you. Like, you need to do music, and I'll support you 1,000%. So
that's the thing that we've noticed in this podcast since we've been doing this. We're very young in this, but like a lot of the people we bring up, I'm like, hey, how are you this and that? And it's like,
your support system.
My dad, my family's support, but
my family's support, because my mom was really, honestly, she's definitely a supporter of me, but as a mother, you don't want your daughter going into an industry where you know there's no guarantee.
You're right. Exactly.
You know, and so I understand my mom now. Then I didn't. I was like, damn, my mom doesn't really believe in me, you know. But now growing up into a woman now, understand. You know, I understand. Like, she's like, no, honey, I just wanted you to have security. Like, I wanted you to have, like, you know, your ink. I wanted you to have some savings built so you can have some real estate, honey. You know what I mean? Right. So I didn't get it then. Yeah. And but I get it now. So
Right. What were you ready in case it fell apart?
Wait, say that again.
Were you ready in case music fell apart?
Yeah.
Like, what your mom was prepping you for? Were you ready?
I was ready, but I knew that I can always go back to a 9-to-5. You know, like I know that I'm like we're good at a lot of things, you know, and I'm a people person. So if music didn't happen for me, I knew that, because my mom works in the like in a hospital, so I knew that I would always have a 9-to-5 job. I have a plan B that I can go and be able to live a good life with. But I feel like just financial wise, like, filling people's spirit is way more greater than filling my pockets with money. And so I feel more full with doing music and being broke rather than having a whole bunch of money. And it's like, you know, like when you get those stories.
Well, you just don't want to live that ordinary life.
Yeah.
You know,
the thing I'm seeing is the faith you have in yourself, the drive and the confidence you have in yourself. See, the reason
I didn't always, though. I didn't always have that.
Really?
Yeah, no.
You just had to put, like, that much passion into it? Or
I think all of the setbacks is what helped me, like, realize, like, Okay, you gonna
All the
show me
struggles.
again.
Yeah.
Okay, that ain't gonna happen.
What was Tenelle's lowest point, if you don't mind us asking?
I think when I got my heart broken, like my first like heartbreak. Well, actually, my only heartbreak because I've never really had a boyfriend or anything
Loved
like
again?
that. Yeah, and I've never really loved again yet. But I'm ready now. I think for you guys out there,
ready,
I
ladies
am
and
ready
gentlemen.
to
Hold
mingle.
my
Gosh
drink.
damn it! I'm just waiting for my boo to come back.
The Rock
Island King,
DJ,
where you
man,
at?
stop
It's
playing
with
around,
my
man.
Island King.
DJ.
Gosh damn it!
Come on.
Tell my ex come back.
Your
Well,
lowest point of heartbreak.
Yeah, man, heartbreak is a mother, man. Oh my Jesus. Yeah, but that also definitely made me fall on my face and ask God as well. Like
Exactly. You
you
turn
know,
back to God.
yeah, everything you just turn back to God, you know. But you ask God like, man, what did I do wrong? What did I do? You know. But yeah, a lot kind of hit all at one time.
Yeah.
For me, as far as like losing a lot of my friends and losing what I thought was the love of my life and all these things, you know, you see and then you kind of have these expectations of people.
It's just reviews.
But it's okay. Like, you know, everything happens for a reason, like how we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
And so that's all I have to hold on to is like everything happens for a reason. I can't be mad because I was pissed.
I know. Yeah.
I was so mad, like, me? Like, how can you, like, what? Like, you know, I'm not going to get into too much detail. We're going into too much detail, you know? But I definitely was mad. I was pissed off. And then but I think that has allowed me to relate to women, you know, women that have been heartbroken and men that have been heartbroken and like cheated on, like, and cheated, just period. Cheated like with your gift or cheated in like opportunity, and you know this world there's a lot of opportunities out there,
right?
And so
I noticed like
sorry, go ahead.
I noticed in like your music video, Island King featuring Spawn Breezy.
Yeah.
Spawn Breezy.
You put a Bible verse in the beginning.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians 16:14. Do it with love.
yeah, you have to
All
do
love.
everything with love.
Yeah.
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 And so that's what I aspire to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Christian woman, but I also I could be crazy too.
Mhm,
You know,
yeah,
like we're still people here.
Yeah,
you know
of
what
course,
I
of
mean?
course.
So we
Everything
still
with
have to
love.
put people in their place.
Of
You know,
course,
and
yeah,
so
Of course.
yeah, I think that definitely was the loss. That's when I noticed, like, because I never really understood what depression was,
Yeah.
or yeah, I never got it. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what anxiety meant. I didn't know what depression was. I saw it as like it being an excuse, like you know, like just
This shit happens.
like just get it over with, you know, get over it, you know. But
That's us.
but yeah,
our
that
people.
is that I mean, like I'm like, oh damn, that's what depression was. I was seriously depressed. Like
Wow.
I was very depressed, and now I feel like God took me through that and will take me through other things as well, so that I can be able to relate to other people.
I got a question for
Yeah.
you. When life is spiraling out of control, you know, wherever you look, you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you process this? How do you pick yourself up? What is your process on healing yourself when
Is that
just
music?
when just shit is
Yeah.
just done? Like
Yeah, I honestly, it's covering it in love. Like I don't know how else to do it but to like just be in a studio or like sing about it or write about it, or sometimes I just gotta like shut off. Like that is definitely my mom in me. Well, I would just like shut off. Like if something is bothering me, I'll just shut off and just be like, okay, I'm just
Cut everybody
I'm gonna
out.
let God talk to you, because that should be like, you know what I mean?
right.
Yeah,
Like
I feel it.
self-explanatory that you're fucking up. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm gonna let God deal with you, and I'm gonna be over here. So you can holler at me when you ready, you know. And so, a lot of those people have never been ready, you know. And so, a lot of people just rather talk about you instead of like talk to you. And so I just feel like that's weak. But I just know that depression's real. When I spiraled down, I think music is what helped, what healed me. And I think because of that, especially with For the Lovers, during For the Lovers, I was like so depressed.
Are you serious?
So depressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out For the Lovers. It don't sound depressing.
No, it doesn't.
All.
And you know what is so crazy about it? Because that was my reality, but I was masking my reality with love. Yeah, I was everything I sang about was love, right?
Yeah.
Because it was all of what I wanted, but I wasn't getting. You know what I mean?
Spit your pain.
Yeah, so I was singing about like, you know, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and like the life of my mom and my dad, and then the reality of divorce. But I wasn't talking about divorce. I was talking about their love, all the good things that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to sing about the good things so that I didn't think about the bad
All the
things.
negativity.
That's a great way to deal with shit.
Exactly. That was like your second album, right?
That was my first album.
Okay.
This is 10 is my second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I said that's a great way to deal with shit, because that reminds me of when I go through. I have to talk to myself. I have to tell myself like, dude, you're good.
You're good. Yeah.
It sucks. You're good. Don't worry. You know. And I just like
definitely.
My wife would look at me like, what are you doing? I'm like,
nothing.
In my head, I'm like, you're good. Don't worry. You got this. Don't fucking fall.
Yeah,
you're good. You know
serious.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I was able to sing, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's a great
And I have a great support system. Yeah, I have like a great group of friends that I'm able to call. I have my prayer warrior sisters that I'll call, and for instance, I'll call like my friend Sisa, helped me through a lot of shout out to Sisa. I know what I'd call her, and she would tell me. She told me this one thing. She just said, "Call your heart back," and I'm like,
ooh.
I'm like, what do you mean call my? She said, physically call your heart back. I was like, what the hell you call your heart back? I said, heart.
Hold up.
Heart, I need you. I'm hurting right now. You know, I don't know what I did, but she told me, call your heart back.
Okay.
And that literally, those words are what made me like, all right, you know, come on, Tenelle, rise up, grab that mat, girl, let's go.
Wow,
we have people to save, you know? And you know what is so crazy and why I know that For the Lovers is my testimony, is because like and rest in peace to Rude Boy Danny, because for IRF, because like without him and IRF, because his funeral is actually today, and I wasn't able to make it because I have this engagement that I already committed to, and he understands, my brother, you know I love you, but we had amazing talks about life and stuff, but. There at IRF was where I realized my purpose after For the Lovers. It's like I left my management. I left, you know, a lot of things happened. I'm not going to speak on all the things, but a lot of things spiraled in all kinds of angles that I didn't understand. And then I was at IRF, and after my set, I said, okay, everybody meet me at my 10 by 10 booth, my clothing line booth. And there was a line literally like wrapped, like it was so long. I've never had a line of people wait for me in my life. And I was in so many tears. I couldn't I was uncontrollably crying. I had to gather myself. And then my dad's calling me like, hey, you in line over here? You better hurry up. Freaking got people over here freaking standing over here waiting for you. Hurry up and get over here. The people are, I'm going.
So that's the
and
real
I can
OG,
see
right?
them. I could see like people just waiting in line for me. And so me getting to my booth, like just feeling the love from like just everybody in the Bay Area and everybody that traveled to the Bay for IRF for these many years. It's like, it's crazy. IRF has literally like opened so many doors and opportunities for me as an artist, you know, as a lot of us but the stories that the women were telling me there, because that's right when I released my album that year. They were coming up to me. It was crazy. Like, there's one girl came. She said, I lived in my garage, and I almost killed myself. And when your album came, Shine is the song that helped me. And that's like just so many songs on that album have literally helped people rise up. In my downhill spiral, it helped people in their downhill spiral.
In the process, helping you as well.
Helping me as well. Like, it healed me. And I had no idea that was what was going to happen. But what I did do is I'm transparent, and I know that I wasn't like in my right state of mind in that time, you know, but I just masked it with love, you know, cover it all in love. That's what I know the Bible says.
Yeah, like you know, that album was probably meant for everybody like that.
Yeah,
you know? Everyone just
Isn't that crazy?
That's
when,
so
when
crazy.
When you put something out and you're I know we say we're thinking about everyone, but we're really trying to dig into like
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
You're an artist, yeah.
So you dig in to try to put out a product. You put out this project, this masterpiece, and you don't realize how it affects someone across the world.
Totally.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
No, it is
So crazy.
It touches everybody.
Yeah.
Too. Not just like your own pain, but
Yeah.
everyone got their own pain too.
But I didn't know that I had that kind of that kind of power, you know what I mean? That is my superpower,
Your purpose.
Yeah, it's my purpose, and I'm like, damn, I'm really touching people's hearts, and it's so crazy, just to see that. I remember being on tour with Catch a Fire and Coming Kings, and I sang Bulletproof, and I remember a girl in New Zealand. I forget where we were in New Zealand, but we're in New Zealand, and a girl stood up from her wheelchair. And she started dancing. Her family was like had her back, but she just for her to stand up was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Wow. Like those kinds of things I remember, like I'm just such a people person. I love people,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo.
Yeah.
Let's. What's your favorite color?
I have so many. I'd say definitely probably like burgundy, not just because I'm from Carson.
It is a strong
burgundy.
burgundy.
Google burgundy.
Burgundy.
B-U burgundy.
B-U burgundy.
Burgundy is a nice color though.
What about food? What's your favorite food?
Oh, food is my favorite food.
There you go.
I know you, and I know you're chefing
All
it
of us.
up.
Oh yeah, I love to cook. My specialty is making something out of whatever the hell you got in your cupboard.
Oh, okay.
You know
That's
what I'm
the best.
saying?
Like that from scratch.
You
That's
feel
the
me?
best.
You gotta have. It's all in the wrist. You know what I'm saying?
In the wrist.
What was Tenelle's first job?
My first job, I worked at Best Buy. Best Buy, yep. I worked at Best Buy in Rolling Hills in Torrance.
What?
Yep.
How was that?
Yep. I was going to Cal State Dominguez Hills at the same time though.
Oh god.
Yeah,
okay,
so I was in
Does anybody remember you from Best Buy?
I don't think so. I don't know, honestly. No, I don't know. But I remember the blue collar shirts, my khaki pants.
Welcome to Best Buy.
Hi, welcome to Best Buy.
Would you like a warranty?
Yeah, I was definitely. I was a cashier at Best Buy. And it was a temp job. And then never went back.
That
But
was it?
I had many jobs. I even had a job.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a gang of jobs. So I was a waitress. I was a bartender. Right. I had this one job where I used to, that's like when we were in this recession, remember back a couple years ago?
Yeah.
And I used to, worked in a warehouse with a gang of Mexicans, right? Shout out to my Mexicans out there. Because literally we got paid for like $7 an hour. Oh. And we checked oranges, naranjas. And we would say, "Apuchen sus cajas, por favor," because we needed them to push the boxes to us,
Spanish came in,
so we can check the oranges. I literally had like crazy jobs. I mean, I ain't never had to sell myself, thank the Lord, because I never would. Probably get snatched up off the streets. Like, girl, who the hell you think you is?
Did people ever guess your ethnicities?
No, I mean, honestly, everywhere I go, a lot of people think I'm like Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Oh, gotcha. And
nobody,
it doesn't help that you're literally doing oranges and
Yeah. I was like, what you got? And we would check oranges and avocados. So I'll come home with like all kinds of oranges and avocados all the time, you know. But yeah, that definitely was the job that I was like, I can't believe what the hell we doing? $7 an hour. Honestly, I think it was like $6 an hour. So I know all about humble beginnings. I have been broke, and I will probably be broke again one day. But I mean, I guarantee that I'll always be happy because I have like you said,
do everything with love.
Do it all with love. I was checking all them naranjas with love.
That is crazy. How does it feel? See, not very often we get guests here that can say, "Oh yeah, I was in New Zealand with Common Kings and Fiji, Spawn Breeder, Samoa." Like, no, we don't have that many guests that can do that. How does it feel to be on stage in a whole nother country like New Zealand? To me, New Zealand is fake because I ain't never seen it with my own eyes.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love New Zealand, man. Yeah. Well, my family came from Samoa. They came from Samoa and they went to New Zealand, some of them, and then to Hawaii. the rest of them.
Western or American Samoa?
Western Samoa, that side of the family, yeah.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, like, and Konga Fuafua to be exact, yeah. Yeah, so.
I see. Shaw Village.
Hey, we don't know any of these villages. Oh, shout out to Kunka before. I'm so sorry.
No, but
Apia Supermarket. That's all I know. Apia Supermarket.
and like, how was it going back to Samoa?
Man,
That's
Samoa
right.
is amazing, man.
Ain't it? I love it
It's
there.
so
Motherland.
great.
I love it.
It's the motherland, but I definitely, it is crazy. Like, I can say that, like, you know, I can call Fiji, I can call Bug, I can, you know, all these people are family to me. But honestly, it's all God. Like, it's literally how everything happened for me in my life, you know, and like me just kind of being in the certain place at a certain time, you know.
Right.
Me singing for Cord Brown and my uncles putting together this group.
telling you.
And then I don't know, like how it happened with JR being in the group and then me being in a group and then us being friends and then just things kind of fall in place like that. And I don't know, like it just happened for me. I don't know.
We have been fans of Tenelle for a very long time, and it's even if we weren't fans of Tenelle, we still knew Tenelle because while we were growing up with you. You know what I mean? So as you're doing your music and you're experiencing new things, we're like, oh, cool, Tenelle's over there now. Tenelle's over here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We still remember the days we were like, who's Tenelle? Now it's like Tenelle.
That's
And in a very male-dominant industry,
That is
Tenelle consistently stays in the game. No.
Just constant.
It's
Let's go.
all
There's other females out, but you know Tenelle.
Exactly.
I put Tenelle, J Book, Fiji, all of them. You know that
thank
Mount
you.
Rushmore. You know what I mean? And I've already told Tenelle before we even start shooting. I've been having goosebumps all day because it feels like we have the icons here. You know what I mean? You're top,
Respect.
and you've been top for a very long time. And
I receive that.
it's sad, but at the same time we respect and we appreciate, even though you've had struggles, and even though that the music that you present to us came through struggles and hard times, you know what I mean? Like, you've really helped a lot of people out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, like you said, and on a personal note, my first Tenelle record was Flavor. And see, I'm not very musically in tune with the music stream, you know what I mean? So like, I get all my music from DJ Tufatasi, you know?
Okay,
Tufatasi comes in.
I put him on.
He did. He puts me on a lot of stuff, and I'll listen, and then I'll go deeper. But we're sitting in there, and I forgot what year it was. 2000. Bro, we was late. 2012 or 13, and this dude was rocking a CD. A mixed CD. You were number 7 on
really?
that. Yep, you were number 7, and because you know,
like 7's the number of completion. You know that.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
This fool wrote what so we knew
each song. What song?
Who
was
it
what
was,
song?
you know exactly.
I got the labels. Don't worry.
So I was slamming it in every time I would leave to go to work or leave to go to the store. This dude's just sitting in the living room, like, na. I was like, that's what's up. But I'm not listening. I'm just listening. That's a cool. And I'm like, wait, what is she talking about? What is she talking about?
Flavors over here.
Let's go.
What kind of flavor she talking about?
So on a personal, I listened to Flavor for a long time before I actually like listened to the words. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
What? So
So
I love that one.
Like
That's
majority
cool.
of the rest of the world, they listen to the melody and the beat, and then they're like,
and it's
okay,
so
wait.
catchy. Wait,
what the hell is she talking about? She's talking about
yeah.
flavor. Oh shoot, she's talking about weed.
Exactly, yo. If you haven't heard it, shame on you.
Yeah,
Go
distribution
look at it.
companies out there, you can sponsor me too. By the way,
Go ahead.
Shout out. And so in this new age, we're in social media land.
Yes,
we're in
we
technology land. Who you seeing out there in social media land that sticks out to you? In Pacific Island related.
social media wise.
You see any social media pages you're like, oh man, they're funny, or they're good, or they're good at this or that. Has any stuck out to you?
You and your family really stick out to me.
Come on.
Like seriously, you, your
appreciate
wife,
it.
and
Thank
your
you.
2 girls. I mean, that's just like so heartwarming, right? Like to see that. Like, okay, when I have kids, shout out to my future man out there.
Hey, Island King out there.
Island King.
Wherever the hell you at?
Yeah.
Where you at?
All these songs waiting for you. Right?
I write a lot of songs about you, boo. Yeah, that definitely, your guys' family is definitely one. Who else? Off the top of my head, let me think.
There's a lot now, man.
Yeah, everyone's
TikTok
pretty funny.
came out.
Oh, yeah,
everyone popping
Everyone's
out.
on TikTok.
Who else is freaking hilarious? Shit, I don't really. Honestly, I
No,
kind
you're
of
good.
try
No, 'cause
to
I-
stay
I'd
away
be-
from it all, and
That's
not
good.
be too consumed with it.
That's good.
But off the top of my head, I would say Paris Goebel is definitely
Ooh.
someone that I like. I
right.
love her, and because I know
shout out.
her, it just makes me even more proud of her.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
You know
just
her?
she's killing it. I met her through Sammy J and her,
right,
and
Sammy
they're
J.
all actually really really close. But
for
I've been able to sit in sessions with her and sit with her and get to know her a little bit.
Right.
But she's amazing. Like I love
The
her.
best.
She be killing it, y'all.
Spawn's killing it in his workouts. I'll be
Yes,
seeing
sir.
that.
Hey, and shout out to Spawn. He was actually one that pushed us out a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of celebrities like repost our stuff, but when our
Yeah.
stuff first came out, like we would go on Spawn's page, and it was like way more than ours. I was
Yeah, Spawn and I are very like as far as like supporting our people. Like
Yeah, you
know,
guys are.
we
Yeah, you
definitely
guys.
Oh, we see it. We
that's
see
my brother. Like
Yo.
seriously.
And,
Yes,
and
sir.
on that note, know that Tenelle had been on our list from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Now, we've told this
From the
story a
jump.
million times on this podcast, but when Duva and I were in the garage drinking kava, living the vibes, we were
Yeah.
talking about this freaking, this whole thing. Like, let's ask her. And our strategy was, let's pick 5. We'll pick 5. We'll do a show, and then we'll.
And who were your 5 in what order?
No, we're not gonna say that.
Okay.
Because The Rock was on it, and that was like a no go. but Tenelle was definitely on that 5, on that top list, and we were like,
Thank
and
you.
what's crazy was, and I don't give a fuck because I'm not saying your name, but out of the 5, only one person responded,
Oh really?
and it was you.
Oh.
Yeah, big ups.
Yep,
That's cool.
responded in the first week.
Yeah, I respond.
Yeah, you really do. So
was
she
lost.
really do be reaching out. She really and
I try to. I mean, I am self-managed. I do everything on my own, and I've had the honor of rebuilding my team and having the same team of people like my creative Vanessa Sua and Tilo Myhill, Jordan Mayava, Lauren Fatuli, my sister Taryn, Tani, Alipati Fatuli, and then I started a company called Hardest Movements as well. But like all of us, we're just honestly, we're all family, and they have my back. So they saw me at my lowest when I was down spiraling.
Wow. There you go.
They were with me in the process of For the Lovers.
Right.
They saw why I was so hurt, and then they picked me back up as well. And
That's
so
amazing.
That's big
now
ups
where
to
we
them.
are, it's we're not where we want to be, because I definitely know that I have the ability to cross over and go mainstream.
Of course.
And
Of course.
that is the goal, and so that's the goal for me. I want a Grammy, and I don't want just a reggae Grammy. You know what I mean? I want a Grammy. I want one that people are gonna say, "What is Samoan? What is a Samoan?"
yeah.
You know what I
Put
mean?
on for the
I want
culture,
one that's gonna be like, "Oh, she's Samoan. She black, okay, but she's something else. What else she? What kind of tattoos is them? You know what I mean? She talk different. She walk different. What kind of walk is that? Oh, she's Samoan and black.
Love that.
And so
Love
I
that.
want that. I don't want to just be classified as a reggae artist. I know that I'm more than that.
Yeah,
Love
you're,
that.
You're
Yeah.
more than that.
Wow.
That's
Hold up.
dope. That is hella.
We need a Grammy, yo.
We need that.
Ladies and
Grammy.
gentlemen,
We need a Grammy, but let's take a shot
pick up
first.
these numbers.
Oh,
Let's take a shot.
Come on, bring
We need to
kiss.
pick up these stream numbers. We need to pick
sir.
up the support. That's
Yes,
right. We need
please.
a Grammy, yo.
And that's like the real about it all. Look at me multitasking over here. I'm talking and pouring and stuff. Pouring my booze,
Talk low,
liquor.
talk low.
DJ, shout out to Dwayne Johnson.
Hey,
Shout out to my ex. Love you, babe.
that's good.
It's not my cousin. Nope. But my ex, he's Samoan and black too. That's a big one. I'm sorry. It's okay. You got it, bro. But he's Samoan and black.
Yeah.
He paved all the ways,
he has.
Tanawai Reed, you know what I mean? All like a lot of us, like there's a lot of people in the industry that are
Oh, yeah.
kind of in the background of things, the ones that
For sure.
bodyguards. Like how all these artists gonna be artists without the strong men that are
Yeah.
in,
It's
that
the
are protecting
the
them?
foundation.
You know what I'm saying? So now what if we have Dinah Jane out there though? She's
That's
killing
right.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
doing amazing.
Probably be.
But and I'm encouraged by that. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
I've seen her actually grow into that. Because she used the same vocal coach that I
nice.
actually
Oh, okay.
put everybody on is Tim Carter from Cord Brown.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's just cool. Like doors open, doors close, and I just know that I'm about to knock on that door until it opens.
Shout into that.
You feel me? It's gonna
Man.
open. It's gonna open.
To our Grammy.
Cheers to the Grammy.
Our
Hey,
Grammy.
my little hour Grammy. It is
Grammy
ours
good.
though.
Woo. That's that Terramana.
I don't know what Dwayne The Rock Johnson be doing over there, man.
Hey, DJ be mixing it with everything too.
Ooh, that's good.
I think part of his sweat is part of his ingredient. Man.
And then I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, his sweat tastes like that.
I was like, were you like, would you be able to sacrifice going vegan for like a month or even just a week?
Ooh.
Wow,
Like,
you know
good
what's
question.
so crazy? Why did you just ask that though?
I just think like you cook a lot. You did,
Yeah.
you know, those avocados and oranges.
And I be talking shit like I'm gonna go plant based for a week.
What is so crazy is I'm going plant-based for 21 days on Monday.
Let's
Okay.
go.
I'm actually doing a Daniel fast though, because
Oh,
I feel like I
shit.
spiritually need some regrouping. I need some
Hey,
reset. You
the
feel me?
detox and
I need a little
restart.
detox,
Yes,
a little
yes.
restart.
That's what's up.
So it's so crazy you said that because
I just asked
because we literally been trying to eat everything that we can get our hands on while we've been out here. Like,
I don't
okay,
know what this guy Google be searching.
we gotta eat. Make sure we eat some crab legs and some extra butter.
Oh,
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
definitely
protein.
want to eat everything, but I'll still be doing my cooking video because I still cook for the fam and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I definitely love to cook though.
throw it
I'm
down.
thinking about actually doing like a little cooking show. Like
You should.
bro,
You should.
Why not,
That's
right?
automatic. That's right. I know David really be working on it too.
Oh
With
yeah,
his
David
shop.
got his own.
Yeah.
studio
We
there,
need
too.
more. We need more.
We need more.
And I be telling a lot of our people here in Las Vegas, and even people who hit me up on DMs, like, dude, do it. Just do it. And,
Just do it.
And just work on it. You know, like
the worst that people could
it's
do is not watch it
Dude, it's
or
like-
say no
They
or
always
suck.
say it's not ready yet. Just do
Just
it.
do it.
Just do it. I
Yeah,
promise.
don't sit on it. Just do it. Yeah, I'm with
Yo.
that all day.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, so I love to cook. Like cooking is actually like something that it's like music. It's like
Getting all
you know,
the-
you just getting all the ingredients.
Is your
You like
go-to?
you're layering stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Like top of your head, what's the first dish you would just come out?
First dish
throwing
that I
around?
kill, like, cause you know I am black, you know, is greens. Like I
Oh.
could throw
Ooh,
down
okay.
on some
Collard
soul
greens.
food. Yeah,
Ah.
some fried chicken, greens, macaroni and cheese.
Shoot. Have you been to
man.
Louisiana?
I have not been to
You haven't been
Louisiana.
your mom's side of
No,
the family?
I've not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I've
Or
never
Mississippi?
been
Oh.
to. No, which unfortunately, when I was going to go, it was already too late, and my mother had already passed away. And yeah, so that definitely was like, damn, like I missed out on that. So I am one of those people that's like, okay, take advantage of this, take advantage of that.
Yeah,
I don't want
you
this, you know
never
what I
know.
mean? And yeah, like cooking is that's like something that I love. Like I loved to be in the kitchen since I was little, be with my dad. My dad is an awesome cook as well.
Nice. Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, my granny is an awesome cook.
Yeah,
So I would just always be in the kitchen. I wanted to know how
Every
to
family
do that.
function, you
Peach
guys just
cobbler.
did
I want to
it,
know how to
huh?
do that. Broccoli casserole. I want to know how to do that. You know. And so now I just do all of those, but with my own
Yeah.
touch on it. You know.
Yes.
No, we need a
sir.
cooking show.
Yeah, I agree.
Chef 10.
Ooh,
that.
Tammy, let's go.
Chef 10.
Chef 10.
Damn,
Chefing
yeah.
with 10.
Chefing with
Okay. We got something going on. over there?
Chefing with 10. Yo. I love it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Words of wisdom to everyone out there.
If you're listening right now, I would say it's not about you. It's more than you, you know? So I think a lot of us get lost on, especially with social media right now, and the reality of where times are going and how fast shit is about to move. Like
Oh yeah.
things are gonna change, and I don't. I mean, hate to break it to you, but things are gonna get worse. You know.
Oh yeah.
And
For sure.
I just say it's not about you. It's more than you. You know, and just stay grounded. But it's about God. It's about finding your purpose. So like, I encourage everyone out there to like seriously pray about your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is right now, like pray for that purpose, like, or like, enlighten a purpose in somebody else. And I know that is my calling as well as discerning, like calling things out on individuals. You know what I mean? Like, man, you're real good at this.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, be positive.
like you can always go back to working. Like, you know, I mean, we're good at that. We can land an interview anytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're so damn good at that. Like, why not just go all in? Like, you know what I mean? Like, go all in right now while we're young and while we're alive and living and walking, and you know what I mean? And so I know that it's not about me.
Exactly.
And I live by that. It's not about me. It's so much more. It's so much more than it being about me, you know? And so I think I live by that. It's never me, always us. And that's just my motto. Like, it's always been my motto. But then too, that's when my mom side comes in, right? You know, my mama in the back of my head, I'll be hearing her like, okay, but you can only pour so much into an individual. And then what you gonna have left for yourself, you know? So, and I know that culturally as Polynesians, we give, whether it's CEs or all these things, we give. We give until our accounts are negative. And I think that is like, culture, love-wise, it's so beautiful. But like, reality-wise, it's retarded. It's like, come on, how we gonna even have a roof over our own head?
Find a balance.
Yeah, we have to find a balance in that. You know, we still have to have enough for ourselves. You know, like, everybody makes a whole bunch of, like, you know, you make this money, you can still save like $100 out of that. Just put it right there. Whoop, okay, there you go. Don't touch it. You know, so like learning the traits of my mom and my dad, I totally have that awesome blend of them.
Truly blessed.
Yeah, and then truly just like the realism of them, you know, and how I was brought up. You know, a lot of things that went down spiral for me was because I didn't address them. You know, and I was scared to address issues because I was scared to lose people. And I didn't want to sometimes. And I think that that's a lot of our culture as well. Is, you know, we rather sweep things under the rug and not deal with them, and just let things just be the way that they are instead of like address things. And I think that was my downfall. That was my downfall with when I went down spiraled. And now I contemplate on that still as a human being. You know, we think back of the woulda, coulda, shouldas in our life. You know, and so now I just sing about it and I just pray about it, and I pray that, you know, because full circles come.
That's right.
And things will come full circle. One day, I pray that all of my haters and I will be sitting at a table drinking kai vai and shit. You feel me?
Shout out to kai
You know what I'm saying? I feel like one day that all them haters, like, you know, I won't have any of those issues anymore, and people won't have issues with me, which, you know, it is what it is. Like, a lot of people have problems, and problems kind of stem from like not addressing.
Gotcha. Yo, I love that, yo. I love that. Great.
Yeah, I'm not perfect. I mean,
no, of course.
Yeah, like, and me, maybe some people are scared to address issues with me because I seem like because I'm this Tenelle, but in reality, I'm just Tenelle Christine Lil Falamana. I'm just another person, just like you.
Name.
Yeah, you staring in the mirror, I can stare in the mirror too. I'm just a soul. I'm a vessel, just like everybody else is. So, yeah,
love that.
Yeah.
Random question now.
Okay, I'm scared.
And only because you mentioned your parents.
Okay.
So I subscribe to Hulu, ladies and gentlemen. I'm paying that live TV fee, and one of the perks is because I get to watch 90 Day Fiance. I've been, I swear to be capturing Suelu and Kalani. So, anyways, their recent episode is their struggle between Asuelu's Samoan life and Kalani's not so, you know, she's very American life, right? And there's money involved, and you're supposed to help us. I don't know if you noticed, but have your parents ever gone through that, or has your family ever gone through, like, because your dad's Samoan, I can just hear the name. He's Samoan. Shout out to Pops. And the mom is from Louisiana by way of Mississippi. Like, you know what I mean? So
but she's from Carson, though.
Carson,
but she's by ways of that. Yes.
Gotcha. But so when it comes to Fa Samoa stuff, how has your family been coping with shit like that? Oh, solid. Hey. I didn't even know she was.
I would say. Oh, sorry. I mean, my family, like, Fa way, like, my dad is very like with CEs and giving his blessings for funerals or weddings or anything. Always, he's like the one that actually organized it for all of our family to put to give, you know. But it's never really bothered. An issue. I mean, my dad talks about a story with my grandpa Va'a, about how him and his siblings back in the day. So that's first generation coming to Carson, where where it was more culture for us, because now we're not too Fasamon in my family anymore. But I respect the Fasamon ways totally.
And you pay homage to it all the time.
1,000%.
So,
1,000%. That is
For
who
sure.
we are, you know. But I know that a lot of it can be like not transparent, and some people are kind of taking advantage of other people's money and stuff, and not saying that that's all the families or whatnot out there, but I know that that's something that happened in my family, and I don't know if that's why we don't really do it anymore.
Gotcha.
But
it's also, it be like that though. Like the
it's
more
like
generations that stay in America, the less the culture.
Exactly.
That's why I asked you, like, are you first generation American? And you said you're second. That's a totally different life.
Definitely.
Totally. You know what I mean? Totally different life.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and too, like, cause like my best friends are Tongan, and like with my Tongan best friends, like that, they're like first generation, you know, and they're like, all of my Tongan friends all speak Tongan to each other. So like it's like so crazy, cause me being Samoan, like, frick, when somebody in Samoa's having a conversation with me, I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Ele malamalama. And I'm like, I'm so
Lo
sorry.
siento. Uno, dos, tres.
You know, but
that,
my Tongan friends encourage me to want to know my culture more. I'm like, damn, that is so cool. Like them just sitting, chilling, just talking to each other. Like I know all the Tongan words nowadays, you know, and I'm like, I'm not gonna repeat them because I don't know if like it's proper for this, you know. So I know all of them, and so I'm like, dang, that is so freaking cool, you know. But being someone, I love being someone. I love being Polynesian, representing Polynesia, whether it's Fiji, you know, New Zealand, Australia, you know, like all of the Polynesians that are everywhere around the world.
Exactly. Yeah,
Fiji's crazy too.
We found a whole new respect for Pacific Island life in general, even just by doing this. Like, we didn't realize how much is out there.
Heck
so that's awesome. Well, to end it, I just want to say thank you again.
You're welcome.
Thank you for making it out here. Like I said, she was one of the only first people to respond to us when we asked. When we literally didn't even have nothing. We didn't have nothing. When I asked you, that it was just an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we have this idea, huh? And she would say yes from the jump.
I'm all for it though,
she said
you know.
from the jump. So I want to thank you so much. Like I said in the beginning, thank you so much for everything you've done for the culture, the community, your music, everything.
So it's all good.
We are starstruck. I can't believe you're here. It's amazing.
Appreciate
Any
it.
last words before we leave?
No, I'm thankful to be here. I'm actually very excited that I met you guys. I'm excited for where our relationship now is going to take us, you know, with the open doors that are going to happen and all the cool things, you know. I'm an advocate for supporting new growth. So this is this is a new podcast.
That's why we're so thankful.
So
for
this
you
is
here.
like really exciting. I'm all for it. Like even with Island Block Radio, I was their first
what?
person that they interviewed.
Isn't that crazy? Shout out to Island Block Radio.
Shout out.
So I'm all for it. So you guys have my support, 200%.
Jeez, ladies and gentlemen, Tenelle, thank you so much.
Talented, gorgeous Tenelle.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to the
Spread love, not hate.
Yes, please.